Hi guys, welcome to this edition of A Moment with Mitch. And today I'm fortunate enough to be joined by Nav, one of the partners here at Morgan's Financial Richmond. Nav, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, Mitch. Thank you.
Let's firstly address the elephant in the room. We're obviously not at the office. Nav, can you tell us where we are and give us a bit of background why you brought me here today?
Well, I just thought I'd take you to a different venue, a bit of window shopping. Eye candy, as they say. If you're an automotive enthusiast, you'll love this place. Dutton's Garage in Burnley, and surrounded by multi-million-dollar cars from Ferraris to Lamborghinis. I love my cars, and I think you do too, so something to aspire to.
Yeah, I mean, a bit out of my price range, but we'll just quickly get a view. There you go, guys. You can kind of see the cars in the back there.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a visit. But Nav, back to business.
Yeah.
Budget came out Tuesday. A few changes announced. Obviously nothing legislated as of yet, but can you talk us through some of the proposed changes to individual tax rates?
Yeah, look, I think let's just focus on what's going to probably affect the types of clients that we have in our business. I think one of the major changes is the changes to the tax bracket, a little bit of simplification, getting rid of one of the tiers there. So by 2024, if you're earning $200,000 or less, your tax rate will be roughly 30 cents in the dollar.
Yep.
And if you sort of think about that, the wages growth has been pretty stagnant in Australia, and so the tax cut is a positive there, given the flat wages growth.
Yep.
So we're, that's a good move.
Yep. And I guess a few changes announced to superannuation. Unfortunately, 6-member self-managed super funds dead in the water, it seems. But there was a couple of changes announced. Can you talk us through the abolishment of the work test for people aged between 65 and 66?
Yeah, look, one thing you mentioned, it was a real shame that 6-member legislation didn't get through, or they pulled it from putting it to the floor of Parliament. In terms of the abolition of the work test, so previously, if you were 65 or if you were 65, you had to have a work test. Now they've abolished that to 66, which means that there's no work test required, and you can basically bring forward. The end result is you can put $300,000 as a part of the non-concessional into super.
Fantastic.
On that.
Yep, and I guess just in summary, there was a proposed $100 billion infrastructure spend by the government.
Yeah.
In conjunction with obviously the tax rates we discussed. How do you see that playing out for the Australian economy?
Look, it was 75 bill, so they've increased it by another 25 bill to 100 bill. That's fantastic. I mean, as most people would know, infrastructure requirements are massive in this country. Whether you're talking in Melbourne, the rail link to the airport, more roads. That's just logistics infrastructure, but even in the areas of water or energy, all of these are required in Australia, not just Australia, globally. But in Australia in particular, where you've got two main cities of Sydney and Melbourne growing and probably bursting at the seams, that's a massive boost to the economy, and that's more than welcome. So that's really great. That'll continue irrespective of who gets into government, I think.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Nav, I really appreciate your time and for bringing me somewhere where I've witnessed a bit of eye candy. But there you go, guys. That's this edition of The Moment with Mitch. Look forward to catching up with you next time.
Thanks,
Cheers.
guys. Bye.